Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's just the three of you tonight. I think we already have, so we have two commercial ones first. They're both cell towers.
Okay.
And if the T-Mobile person is on, can you raise your hand by hitting *9, please? They've been waiting. Okay, Roxanne,
Hello?
he's on, but I'd like to,
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you want to
Okay.
go ahead and get us started, and then I'm going to say something first.
Okay. Hello, is this Mr. Palmer?
It is, yes.
All right, Mr. Palmer, you are appearing before the Board of Assessment for Arundequoit this evening to review two properties, 400 Seneca Road and 4657 Culver Road. Is that correct?
It is, yes.
Okay. Amy?
So I would like to ask for an adjournment for these. We have all of the cell towers in Arundequoit are being grieved this year. And I would really like the opportunity to further review the assessments and possibly stipulate to these, but I have not had enough time to review all of them. I also received new documentation today from the next hearing, which is Verizon. So just receiving the information today, I've not had time to review it, and I would like to take a look, considering that everybody is grieving this year. I feel like I need to review these, and since I'm a new assessor, I did not put most of these assessments on these properties, and I would like the opportunity to review those. If that's acceptable, I would like to adjourn to next Wednesday.
Is that acceptable to you, Mr. Palmer?
I believe so. Let me check my calendar here. Just 1 minute. Same time, 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock your time? Sorry.
Yeah, it would be 6 o'clock. And I may be in touch in the interim, and we may not need a hearing if we can come to an agreement, but I would like to take an honest look at it, and I just haven't had time yet.
Yeah, next Wednesday, the 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. That'd be fine.
Okay, great.
All right, then we'll formally adjourn on these two cases for review at a later date.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the other person I'm going to assume is, hold on. I'm going to promote, well, I'm going to let this person talk. I assume they're from Verizon.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Severino. Are you on the line? Hello, Mr. Severino.
It has another name on there.
Dang.
Yes. Are you with Verizon?
I can't.
Now they're gone. Maybe they were just listening. I don't know.
Could be.
I was driving in the left lane at a high rate of speed. I apologize for the delay.
It worked out anyway because we postponed.
So I don't know if that person was just perhaps listening, or maybe because that wasn't, the name wasn't Severino. So
and the candy's up in the closet, and yours and John's cabin.
I guess until somebody else comes in, because that next, the Verizon time is actually 6:30. So
Okay.
perhaps they're not on yet. We could do a couple of reviews if you want to.
Sure.
So the first one is the marina. There's actually 4 properties. Do you guys all have that documentation that they submitted?
I think so. Let me
I'll
look.
pull it up in a minute. Yep.
All right.
I don't know what's labeled as the marina.
So it's 047.18-1-5.1. There's 2 other 047.18s, 7.12 and 8.1. And then there's a 047.14.
Hang on, I'm already lost. So I got 0.47.18.
They're the ones with
There's one.
Jacobson, the name
Yeah.
Jacobson next to them.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Jacobsons.
So the 047s
Yeah.
are the marina. There should be 4 of those.
Okay.
There's 3 vacant pieces of property, and then there's the marina.
Yes.
Yep.
Ontario properties.
Yeah. And they submitted some expenses showing, you know, money that they've expended to deal with the flooding that they've had at the marina, of which they have had flooding at the marina. According to the documentation, they've the basis for seeking a reduction is the impact high waters have had on the marina operations over the past 4 years. I have attached financial statements showing the deterioration each year. In addition, I have attached documentation showing that the owners have already incurred approximately $1 million to replace half of the fixed docks with floating docks, and will spend a similar amount to replace the remaining fixed docks. Floating docks are removable, so they are personal property, not real property subject to assessment. That is true. So it seems like, again, I haven't fully looked at this one, so I don't know if, you know, how much value those docks are being given in their assessment, but it is, you know, that would be probably a big, you know, that would be certainly come into play in the assessment.
So what are you
Do you have-
recommending we do with these?
Do you have any questions about these? Well, if you guys want to try to address it, you
Yes.
can. If you feel the assessment should be changed, you can change you know, you have the power to change the assessment. They didn't want to appear. I didn't do much of a workup because they didn't want to appear, so.
Well, the first one I'm looking at is assessed at $1.6 million. Correct.
That's the marina.
All right, and they're asking for it to be 168.
It's got that
Yeah.
little asterisk after it, so
Yeah, I'm looking
what does
for
that
the-
mean?
Well, they always, so usually when they do this, they usually put 10% of the assessment as their request. Because just in case you feel like lowering it to any number, they haven't asked for something and then you want to lower it more and you can't because they requested a certain amount.
All right.
Is there other paperwork? 'Cause I only see 3 pages for each one. That's
So-
it? Yeah?
There was there is additional paperwork. Hold on, let me look and see what it's called. It might be down at the bottom. it had a different, because it came at a different
Oh,
time.
Shumway evidence.
Yes,
Okay.
Shumway
Okay.
Evidence is also them, so that's gonna be their financials.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Is that the file name Just Evidence?
Let me see what we got here.
I don't have anything named, let me open it. I don't have anything named Shumway Evidence.
It was
I
at
see
the
what you're
very,
saying, the 062.83-1-15 evidence.
Well, I don't see that on here either.
the Shumway was all the way at the bottom of the file. When I scrolled all the way down, that's when I found that.
I don't see that.
I don't
Me
see it
either.
either. Well, that's weird.
My last one is,
It's from all the files you sent yesterday, and for me, it's at the very bottom.
Oh, you know
after-
why it's in there? Because they had originally asked for a hearing. I'm sorry, you're right.
Mhm.
It was on yesterday's
Yeah.
because they originally asked for a hearing and I didn't move it. Sorry about that. That's totally my fault.
I'm looking
so
at
that-
today's, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that would make
Mhm.
sense, right?
Yeah. I'm sure I can find it. Give me a minute.
So that's gonna be yesterday's. Yeah, it is down at the bottom. Shumway Evidence. So everything is there, including the email. All their financials.
Mhm.
I think I saw maybe a. So this was something from Skip Shumway that he sent to the attorney.
Part of the we transfer or no?
Yeah,
From yesterday? Okay.
yeah.
Hold on. Let my dog out of the room. Someone left him in here. Hold on.
You got it, Rich?
It's loading right now.
So it's part of the big file that I didn't have that Scott sent to me, but I'm looking at what he sent. It's in that big file, right? Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so Scott sent it to me, but I only have the Chad cases.
Here, let me see if I can maybe
Yeah,
just-
everything says Chad. There's nothing on it for Shumway.
All right. Well, would it help if I emailed it to you? I can share it right now.
You can email it to me, but if you could email it to my work address, I'll give it to you. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
It's RGENDRON at Conifer, CONIFER LLC.com.
Oh,
Yeah, mine are all Chad's also.
dang it.
Maybe it was
Yes.
in the other, I'm trying to remember which one I downloaded it from. Maybe it was in the other email.
Was it a WeTransfer or no?
If you're, because I remember there was two emails. There was the WeTransfer, then there was the other one. And maybe it was in the other. I'm trying to find that one to see if it was in there.
I went to public school, so you have to forgive me.
It's fine. I went to public as well.
I think we all did.
I'm trying to.
Okay, so I got the
Yeah.
WeTransfer.
I mean,
Is it
I
the one-
can't find, I'm looking for the other email right now.
Is it the one right after that, the WeTransfer?
I can't find the other email. It probably got grouped. That's the only thing I don't like about Google is how they group the emails.
That's the sheet.
I think let's see, it might have been this one. Yes. In the Tuesday, June 16th email at 4:22 p.m. I think it was in that one. Oh, maybe not.
I looked
see it
through
now.
mine and I couldn't find it. Was it, I don't know.
No, it's not in that one. Which one did I get it from then? I just remember I just clicked on all of them.
So do we want to check as another person on the line?
Okay. If you're from T-Mobile, no, sorry. If you're from Verizon, can you raise your hand by hitting *9?
Mr. Severino, are you there? No, we have a short. Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, this is George Stavru from Verizon.
Hello, George, how are you?
I'm good. My apologies. I have never used Zoom before, so this is a new experience for me.
No problem. So you are appearing or not appearing. You are meeting with the Board of Assessment for the town of Arundecoit for us to hear your grievances for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations. Is that correct?
That's correct. And my colleague, John Severino, should be joining us any second.
All right, we'll hang out for a minute.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So Rich, I just sent that file to you, but Roxanne, it doesn't like that email. I don't know why.
My email?
rgendernet@coniferllc.com.
Yeah. So weird. It's telling me it doesn't recognize it, but who cares? Send it anyway. Now it's going. I don't know.
I have seen this before, so,
Did you get it?
yep.
Okay.
From Carrie Burdick.
Maybe.
I have it now, so.
Okay.
So the
Awesome.
Verizons, what are the addresses in the Verizons?
You're
There's
asking what one of the addresses is? for
There's
Verizon?
6 of them. There's Dozier Lane, 1500 Portland Avenue, 433 Cooper Road, 500 Hellendale, 4657 Culver Road, and 445 Kings Highway. Oh, I have to pay attention. Okay. So Mr. Severino's on. I'm allowing him to talk. He should be able to talk now.
Okay, hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so we just told Mr. Stavro you are appearing before the Board of Assessment for the town of Arundequoit for us to hear your grievance over your tax assessment for 6 different properties.
Right.
Okay, so are these all related, or do you want to, would you prefer, should we go one by one?
We can go,
So-
we can go one by one, although they are basically the same format. Do you have the spreadsheet that I forwarded to the clerk?
So can I jump in?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Gentlemen, thank you for appearing tonight. And we did get the information that you sent today. I have not had time to look at that information and properly like figure out, you know, go over it and review it in terms of all of the properties. I would like to ask for a continuance on this. We have all of the cell companies in Arundequoit grieving this year. And I was not the assessor at the time that all of these assessments were put on the properties. And I would like the opportunity to take a real look at the entire, basically all of the projects, and make sure that the assessments are where they should be. I would like the opportunity to have some additional time to review all of the information. I'm hoping that we might be able to come to an agreement without having to take this process any further. And I appreciate you providing the information that you did. And I want to have a chance to really evaluate it and take a look at it before we bring it to the board, if that's okay.
That's okay. I just wanted to point out that I wanted to find out what the town's appraisal worksheets are for on these properties so I can review them as well, because in many cases I've appealed over the years and I can look at it and say that does sound correct, and I can stipulate to all of it or at least some of the elements. So if you
Okay.
those to me, we could actually fast track this process. I do appreciate that.
I agree with you, John, and I will be in touch with that information so we can try and resolve this.
All right, so Mr. Stavro and Mr. Severino, we will formally adjourn in order to give the assessor time to review, and hopefully you can come to an agreement without meeting again. All right, so have a great evening, and thank you for being willing to adjourn for the extension.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good night.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thanks.
Okay. So we're back to us. If you guys want to talk about this, I can leave.
I can't. Okay. I don't know what to
Okay.
talk about because I don't feel like I have the information. So I guess if Rich and Renee do, I don't.
I sent it to you. Did you send it? Did you get it?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
I have it. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not sure what amount, I mean, they clearly put a lot of work into the docs, and I'm not sure where to begin with this one.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, for now-
Are we talking about the Verizon right now or no?
No,
Yeah,
we
we're
moved
talking
on
about the
back down to
docs.
the marina.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, we can leave it for now if Roxanne gets the information and you guys want to take a look at it, maybe at the end, we can move on to the next one
Did you
for review.
did you offer them with, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Did you offer them
Stipulation.
I
thank
did
you,
not.
stipulation?
To be honest, I was thinking about it on the marina, but when they
Mhm.
didn't want to appear, I sort of put it away. I
Is
feel
there-
like, I feel like some sort of reduction is probably appropriate for the marina. I think the land is already undervalued. I don't think any of those vacant land properties, in my opinion, don't need to be adjusted. But I do understand that the marina has incurred a very large expense.
Mhm.
And it's clear to me from the pictures that their docks were underwater, and I'm sure they were not able to, have the same sort of income that they would normally have. It would probably be possibly I was thinking maybe a 1 to 2 year reduction. $1 million is a lot of money to have to, I don't know if insurance is paying for that or not. I don't know with respect to that, but I'm sure their business has been hurt by this. Having it had happened 2 years in the past 3, so.
Did they give any indication in the paperwork of what the docks are valued at? Of what the construction cost would be?
Well, so this part of they did send some information. So Mr. Shumway indicated that construction costs, you know what, I can share this so you can look at it. Hold on.
So what is the current valuation?
1 point.
1,638,300.
Yeah,
And what's the request?
$10,000.
10% of that.
I'm sorry, 168,000.
Yeah. So this is, so you can see this, right, Roxanne? This part at the end is where,
Yes.
this is the email from somebody at the business where they talk about,
Quick breakdown
know,
for you. Purchase tug and barges per.
so.
So the construction costs for the docks were $900,000. Can you confirm the cost related to only half the docks that need to be replaced? Scotch overrated.
I think I would look for a recommendation from the assessor.
I second that because they're saying that they're dogs, purchase of removed docks, purchase new docks, purchase electric pedestal. I guess I'm looking at it. Okay, yes, for that. And then possibly, as you said, that it would be a partial because they're in the process of fixing all of this.
Mhm. If it was me, I would probably do somewhere in the 20 to 30% reduction, perhaps.
I think we could take that under advisement and then make our decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to step away for 5 minutes, I can ping you. Got a cough. Sorry.
Isn't it funny how whenever you have a cough these days, like you just get nervous?
I know. It's like I
No,
gotta. Where's the mute button?
so
Where's the
true.
mute button?
Yeah,
hate
so
that.
true.
I don't
Yeah.
want you to hear me cough.
It's just a tickle, I swear.
I did a radio show a few weeks ago and they had a cough button. But as soon as I coughed, everyone else could hear it on the other mic, so it wasn't good.
All right. So 30% reduction is $491,490.
Mhm.
I don't know. This one was very frustrating to me because I just don't feel like I have enough knowledge to make any type of fair decision.
Yeah, I feel that way too, because I'm looking at from the point of view that, yes, not only do they have to replace the docks, but then they also lost all of last year's income, the revenue because their docks were underwater for all of last year, or at least most of the boating season, from my understanding.
Right.
So I think that there needs to be a reduction, but yeah, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out exactly what is appropriate.
Now, I haven't read any of the documentation until this point.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if it justifies by all the documentation a lowering and how much. But I would lean towards the assessor's 30% at this point.
Mhm.
All right, so if I do a little rounding, I guess in their favor, 1,000,001 and put a partial on it, which means it goes back up next year and they have to come back.
Mhm. That sounds good to me.
Fair, that's good.
Okay. All right, and then I had not looked at the other land. Let's see what that is. So she said nothing on the land, right? And we have no documentation for that, or is that included in the other packets?
I didn't see anything. Rich, did you see anything for the other land?
Yeah.
I just,
You know, I read through it. It looked like all income numbers, so I think it's vacant land.
yeah,
So
I went through it, but I think it was just like 1 or 2 pages for each one. I didn't see, unless I missed something.
No, that's what I have. It's
no,
just,
that's what I got. Yeah.
all right, so
Yeah, there's no other information. I don't know what you would do.
I really wish they made a presentation to us. So
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I guess-
Like that one guy that we had last week. He even had the pictures. He
Yeah.
showed, how it was underwater.
Right, so for me, I guess it's a no, and the decline will be because there's no supporting documentation,
I would agree.
substantiating document.
okay.
Okay,
Good.
all right, thanks. T-Mobile. Okay, so I can ping Amy to come back.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't want to come on and explain it. I wonder why not.
Because I think they do appear every year, and every year we decline.
Oh.
Because they come with nothing. If this is the same place, they literally came in with absolutely nothing in their hand, no anything.
Got it. Yeah.
And Enza was a tough cookie. You need your documentation. That's what she taught us. No documentation, no go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have to agree.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense.
All right. I don't know if she doesn't know she's muted. She got it now.
You're
Like,
right,
"You're
I
muted."
forgot. We have one more person who's going to be coming in at 7. So let's just try to pay attention to the attendees just in case.
Getting really gray
So-
here.
The Zoom is the best. How you get to stare at yourself for an hour straight, right?
Yeah. Okay.
A
So
lot of shine
29
here. There's a lot of-
I guess the next one is 29 Kingsgate North. This is tax ID 076.20-3-10.
I need you to hang on while I find these. I like it better when the addresses are on these. 076. 0.02.
Sorry,
0.203. Is it under
0.20.
Ryan?
yes.
Okay.
So let me get to my stuff. Throw that up there. I can't remember if I emailed this to you guys or not. There was only 2 of them.
Will this be our last night for hearings?
Possibly if I can take care of those if I can stipulate those cell ones.
Okay. I'm asking because
Yeah.
if it's not, if you could please put the addresses on the file, I think I would get there much faster.
Okay.
It's easier than the numbers.
Okay.
I think Chad's stuff was just so big. It was
Yeah.
hard.
So this property is, you can see what they have submitted. this is actually these properties were, this is a foreclosure, and the entity that foreclosed is actually renting these properties. And Ryan is he's like a tax fight person. But you can see he submitted a grid, and I also submitted a grid. The stuff from RPS didn't quite get to our assessment, but with some additional sales from the MLS, I think we're in the range. I didn't see anything. They haven't indicated there's a condition issue with this property. So for me, he actually submitted 5 of these. I stipulated 4 of them, but this one I felt was.
Okay, and they submitted no pictures?
No, you have exactly what they've turned in.
And what is your request for assessment?
So I think it should be what it is right now. I don't.
Which is-
163,400.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they on right now or no?
No, these are just review. These are just review only. They didn't want to appear. So the current assessment is 148.7. The total that they put on their grievance form is the full market value.
Of the 163,400,
Yeah, the assessment is actually 148.7.
and they're asking for 135.2, and they submitted no
Yes.
pictures of why. Okay, because it's a foreclosure. All right.
Well, they've been renting the property. They've owned it since 17, and they've turned them into rentals. This is the same with all of these. They were all taken over, and then they were all turned into rental properties. So they're being leased right now. Do you guys want me to leave after each one of these, or do you want to sort of do them at the end? It's up to you.
I'm okay with doing them at the end,
Okay.
unless you guys want to do it a different way.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You just have to watch the time. So it's 6:50. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is 091.12-1-24.
Is Jacobs next to it?
Probably yes, 1422 Portland Avenue. This is an apartment complex.
Yep. So what's this one currently assessed at then?
Let me look at it. I think the current assessment is 2,470,800. They've requested a reduction to $247,080. I don't know if I feel like this is
How many units?
this is in litigation already from last year. So what'd you say, Rich?
How many units?
70.
Next.
Next we have a couple of exemptions. So the first one is 515 North Park Drive.
And the file is labeled,
Oh, sorry. 092.09-3-5.
Oh yeah, I already glanced at this one. I think. Maybe, no, I didn't. I thought I glanced at a letter a little while ago.
The only thing that they wrote on here was, I didn't get the renewal papers to fill out. We sent him an email on June 11th.
Well, it says there's an email underneath it, that one. You missed
Oh,
the deadline because I was in Florida getting my niece.
oh
in.
yes, right.
So he's got two different reasons apparently.
Yes.
So which one do we believe?
well, no, he's saying he went to Florida getting knee surgery and he couldn't come back because of the
And
planes weren't flying.
missed. That's how he missed because he said he didn't receive the papers to fill out, or he didn't get the papers.
Because he was in Florida getting knee surgery, and then the planes, you couldn't fly.
Well, that was after March 1st that he couldn't fly because
So-
of coronavirus.
So when were the papers mailed?
We mail these in December, the renewals.
Okay.
Apparently he was in Florida from December until March.
Nice.
He probably was right after Christmas. It's usually how this works. December 26th, they're out of here till March.
Which is why we excuse me, we actually mailed these at the end of November.
Okay.
Excuse me. We like to give people, try to get them to people for Thanksgiving so that lots of elderly people are getting together with their families for Thanksgiving and the subsequent holidays. So we try to send the applications early so that they can get assistance from their families. Sometimes they need it in filling them out. That's why we mail them so early.
Okay.
All right, next is 062.83-1-15. 208 Point Pleasant Road. I think there's two for this. One is the letter that she submitted because she didn't submit it with any documentation. So Carrie asked her for a letter. And
Is that Jacobson?
no, this is an exemption.
Is that the one that just says exemption next to it? I'm sorry, what were the numbers again? There's two that just say exemption.
062.83-1-5.
Okay.
One says exemption, one says evidence.
Gotcha.
Yes. I'll just read this. To whom it may concern, this letter serves as the reason. Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna scratch that because we have somebody on the line.
Okay.
This is the next appointment. So I am going to make it so she can talk.
Could you tell us the number before you do that,
Yes.
or what we're looking at?
So this is 061.10-2-26. This is 328 Thomas Avenue. This is not a review only, so this would have been in the regular grievances email that I sent.
Okay.
Oh, so this is the one from yesterday then? The email from
No,
Oh.
but I did send it this morning. It's right up on top of, well, I don't know if it's on top of yours. It's with all
Oh,
of
okay, I
the cell
see
tower ones.
it.
You got it? Okay. All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring her in. There we go.
What's their name? Hello,
Holly.
can you hear us?
Yes, I can. My name is Holly Sinkowitz.
Hi, Holly. You are meeting with the Board of Assessment for the town of Arundecoit to grieve your taxes at 328 Thomas Avenue. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Or you have a current assessment of 163,400 and you are seeking a reduction to 141,500. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your home and why you're seeking the reduction?
Yes, so we are actually new to the area. We just moved from North Carolina in the fall. So we purchased the house at the end of September 2019. And based on the previous owner, the sale price for the previous owner was $177,000, and their assessed value was $141,500. We paid $10,000 more than that, so we paid $187,000 for our house, but the assessed value has gone up almost $22,000. So proportionally, it seems a little bit off. But also, we only moved in the fall, and we have not made any improvements to the property, so nothing has actually changed with the property itself. The house is built in, I believe it's 1922, and still has original windows and a lot of there's some wear and tear on the house for sure. We ultimately would like to make improvements at some point, but having just moved in, we have not done anything yet. So we were just surprised to see it increase by almost $22,000.
So what was your purchase price?
Our purchase price was actually $187,000. I put $189,000 in the letter, and I had gotten that confused with our that was the appraisal was $189,000, but we actually bought it at $187,000.
Okay. Just looking at your paperwork at the moment.
And our paperwork is unsigned. That's because I am working from home and do not have access to a printer right now, but I did make arrangements with Miss Burdick to come to the parking lot and get that signed tomorrow.
All right, Amy, did you want to comment on your comparables?
So I haven't submitted any comparables. This property has sold twice in the last 2 years. In January of 2018, it sold for $177.
Mm-hmm.
And then in September of 2019, it sold for $187. It's assessed below the sale price. The full market value is below the sale price. So I've included both of those. My documentation is both of those sales and basically the deeds. And a homeowner stated she had an appraisal for $189 as well, which indicates to me that this property is worth the assessment all day.
Okay.
The assessment did go up this year because per the listing, there were some discrepancies with our inventory differences. And that's why it was increased this year.
Am I allowed to speak for a moment? I don't know how
Absolutely.
this works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So I was just reading. So yes, please, you absolutely are. So yeah, I was just going to say, did you want to add anything further?
I did just want to state that, yes, obviously we did pay $187 for it, but I do just want to comment on the market last fall and let the board know that we missed out on 3 houses due to just being simply outbid, and we lost to all cash offers. So while we did pay $187, I think it's questionable as to whether it is actually worth that. I know it's worth what someone is willing to pay, but we put in a full price offer as quick as we could so as not to lose out on yet another house. We were living with my parents temporarily, so there was some added pressure to get out of that situation, although I love my parents dearly.
I understand we run into this a lot. What is happening because houses in Arundecoit are in demand. So people are doing just exactly what you did because they don't want to lose it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, you're setting the value of your house by paying that
Mhm.
price, and then your house sale is used as comparable to other people, which then penalizes them. If we then come back and say that you overpaid for your house
Mhm.
because you actually set the value with your sale, with your offer.
Right. And I do realize that. What I did submit some comps. The realtor that we worked with did pull some comps with us, with the closest being they were all on Thomas Ave. And the one that was closest listed, you know, at 140,000 was the one just looking through seeming to be the most similar to ours. That property is at 160 Thomas Ave, and I did include that with the attachment.
Okay. All right. We will take a look at this, and if you don't have anything further to add, we'll review your case or your presentation, and then you will receive a letter from the town in the next 14 days.
Okay, thank you. The only other thing I would like to add is
Sure.
if the taxes do increase, based on the previous owner's purchase at 177,000 and our purchase at 187,000, I mean, it proportionately, if it were to go up at that level, it would be an assessed value of 149,494 to increase, you know, with what we paid for the house. So I didn't include that in the letter, but I was just doing the math quickly before joining this meeting.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait, we started to do. Can we start one? Hang on.
Yeah, Point Pleasant.
208 Point Pleasant Road.
Do we want to do Thomas Avenue right now?
I can leave if you guys want to do that right now.
We can. Sure. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
What did the assessor ask for?
Current assessment is 163,400. So if you, the sale price 187.
I came up with 170, 170.
Right. So they're under assessed.
Mhm.
So it was a no for me.
I would have to agree. Like I'm trying to look at the comparables, but they're on a bigger piece of property than the ones that they have here.
Listen, they were happy paying it. That's the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. That was easy.
Amy, I hope you didn't go far.
Hey. Now, both of you are realtors?
I do real estate sales very part-time. I mainly do appraisals.
I've been doing them part-time for 37 years.
Appraisals?
I actually had an
Which is really
appraisal.
full-time?
I had an appraisal license for 15 years, but I gave that up in 2009 when they wouldn't give me any work as an appraiser because of my sales volume.
Okay.
Ah, gotcha. Yes.
Yep.
Well, it seems like you're doing well with sales then.
Yeah, doing okay.
Okay,
Hey.
so 208 Pleasant. Does everybody see that letter?
Oh, wait.
The evidence?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Missed my deadline. At the time of deadline, I was having youngest son evicted. Ugh. Mm.
So she's never missed a tax payment.
Has she had any other exemptions prior to or no?
Let me go to that file.
And the other one we discussed, 515 North Park Drive. I'd like to know when he went down to Florida. Can we ask him that question?
Sure. I'll have Carrie reach out to him tomorrow. She has had this exemption since at least 2015. And she's been at 50% for town, oh God, for all three, town, county, and school, which means her income is very low.
I mean, I'm tempted to tell her that, or to give her the exemption.
I'm sorry, my camera's not working.
It's okay.
So what is the rule? They
What
must
is
have, I want to give it to
sticker?
her, but I got to go back to the 91-year-old woman we didn't give it to. I'm still
As
losing
long as-
sleep over that, by the way.
As long as it's not a church, we can do it.
Okay, well, we got to go get that other 91-year-old woman then
Oh,
and
where-
change that.
We need Scott for these, right? Yeah.
I can usually talk Scott into something.
Oh.
Vice versa. An exemption.
I know.
All right, I want to give it to them
Yeah.
because
I mean,
it's somewhat of a medical reason.
yeah.
You two are the two that were so set in stone last time.
I was trying to be very black and white. This one's very gray. I don't like these.
I know, because they always
Join
got
the club.
they always get something that pulls at your heartstrings. My other problem is we're not giving them something that they weren't entitled to. They just didn't fill out paperwork.
Yeah.
I will go with whatever Renee says.
Oh, thanks, Rich. I mean, I'm saying it's kind of along the lines of medical. I'm saying we
It
should give it
is.
to her, I guess.
It is. Okay.
I'm good.
All right. You know, I'm flipping for my paperwork looking for that other file to see if I can get you both to change your minds.
I mean,
don't know which
at
property
this
that
point,
was.
I just want to say, yes to everybody. I really,
If
I
I
gotta
got
tell
you in a
ya.
giving mood, that's an advantage. I don't know who it was. My
Could
notes.
we have these meetings at the Titus Tavern?
I know, right? Maybe that's the problem.
Okay, when I find this, I'm going to
location.
send you guys an email asking you to change your mind. Okay. All right. Next.
So we're on to Seabreeze. I know you guys have taken this up a couple of times. I'd actually like to adjourn on this one, if you don't mind. I'm gonna try to take a look at this and see if I can work with them for at least this year.
Okay. You know, we don't have a list of what you're talking about. We didn't get a list for these. We just got the on call. So I'm not even sure what you're talking about when you say Seabreeze.
So
I remember looking at something that says Seabreeze, but I can't remember which file.
did
that
I
was.
not? I didn't send you the schedule.
No,
Good Lord.
No, we just got yesterday.
we
That's
got
all I
yesterday's
got.
that had just the Verizon and T-Mobile on it. That's why I keep
Hold on.
asking for the numbers and addresses. Last night I could
Yeah.
match up the numbers off the schedule.
I
Mhm.
can see why you would be asking for that.
We just wanted to annoy
I'm
you
sorry.
tonight, Amy.
I'm like, Amy, I'm easily confused.
I'm sorry
We're
that I didn't
needy.
send that to you.
right.
Jeez.
Did I
All right,
mention I
I'm
went to
gonna
public
share.
school?
I'm gonna share. that.
He was reminding you he went to public school.
So these are 06216-1 2, 3.1, and 12.1. This is Seabreeze Coaster
You
Court.
say Jacobson next to it?
Probably.
Okay.
No, we got more than those numbers with Jacobson next to it.
There's 3 in a row with Jacobson next to it.
And
We're
there's
looking at the
also-
rear Culver one.
There's
Yeah.
also one that
Or
ends in
8.2.
9-1 that says Jacobson 076.
No, that's 076. These are 062.
Okay.
All 3 of them are 062.
And what were you
Um,
saying you wanted to do with these, Amy?
So I'd like to adjourn this until next week. I want to try to take a look at it and see if I can settle it for this year at least. We do have 2 other years already. But I'd like a little more time to try to look at it.
Good for me.
Me too.
Okay. The next one is 076.15 -6 -1.1.
605 Titus Avenue.
Yep, this is a Rite Aid. This is also in litigation. They did submit some paperwork though for you guys to look at. I believe it's an appraisal. If that's the one I'm thinking of, it's an appraisal from 2008 to 2011 are the value years that are in there.
So can you tell us if this is in litigation, you really don't want us to touch this?
It is in litigation.
Okay.
I think the assessment's fair. It's a working, operating Rite Aid. First generation store. That
So
appraisal
their appraisal is from 2008 to 2011.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
think
fighting the 2019 assessment.
2020. Yeah, they've been fighting the assessment. I don't know how many years this one
Yeah.
has.
I say no.
Multiple.
Apparently they've been fighting it since about 2011.
Yeah, So it gets fought and then maybe some years get settled. These are a mess.
Yeah.
Honestly, these are a mess.
Like you're saying, if it's in litigation, then we just,
Yeah,
It's a no for me
no.
yeah,
because I don't think we should mess with that.
yeah, I would agree. Apparently I only like to mess with 91-year-old women, right, Roxanne?
Exactly.
I'm willing to revisit that one.
All
If
right,
you
thank you.
lost
I'm gonna
sleep
find it.
over
I
I'm
am.
willing to
Thank
revisit it.
you. No, I gotta get rich.
that the only-
Darlene's not gonna
is that-
budge. So
Is
I
that
get
the
to work
only
on
one
Rich.
Is that the only one bugging you?
Yes,
Is that one?
the
okay.
churches. You guys are the ones who are gonna get struck by lightning. And I want to write on the letter. I was in favor of granting. My other board members overruled me, so they know it's not me.
You feel free to say that Rich Orzik led the way.
Okay, that will help me out. Feeling better.
Not a problem.
No,
Just so you know, I was born on Hitler's birthday.
you were.
No way. And you went to public school.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
420.
All right, what else you got, Amy?
Okay, so next is 092.10-2-47.1 2515 Culver Road. I think this is a new I believe this is a new certiorari.
It's an adult home, 200-bed adult home apartments with 42 units.
Yeah.
Shire at Culverton.
it said they were gonna email, well, we do have some stuff from them.
Yeah, I think it's under file more info.
Is it the more info one?
Um,
Or the one right after that?
Hey, Glenn.
Shire Culverton,
Oh yeah, more.
Shire
info, okay.
Culverton.
the very next one.
Yep, Shire Senior Living. So they submitted their income statement.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. They bought this place in 2013 for $3,650,000. It wasn't even an arm's length transaction. I don't even know what that's about. So it's been 4.5. The assessment's been 4.5 since 15. So
42 units.
Current assessment is 4.5. And you said how long has it been 4.5?
at least since 2015. I don't have it before that in this version of my computer.
So, oh, it's a 2017. Why don't they? Ugh.
It goes
So
to
it would be-
December 2018 on there. It says there's a loss from a loss in a fire or something for 283,000. Is that why they're suddenly having a problem?
I don't know.
What are they asking for a reduction to?
$2,535,921.
That's for assessed value?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. So they believe it's worth 2.8. I don't have any record of this you know, sometimes if there's significant damage to a property, well, if there's significant damage to a property that would, you know, the structure has been, something happened to the structure to significantly impact the condition of it or whatever, the livability, the fire marshal normally reports that to the assessor's office. I don't have anything in their file showing that, so I don't know.
Do you have a per unit value
Oh, for
that we're using for most complexes? It's like almost 60 grand a unit.
Yeah, let me see what they did.
so their income went from $3 million down to 403,000.
Can't be.
I wish they would present.
They
I
can't,
mean,
it could,
these-
it could be gross to net, but that doesn't matter, you know, it's.
right. So they're saying in 2019 their gross profit was 403,000.
It was never 3 million.
No. Well, wait, where's the 2017? 2017 gross profit 3,981,000 in 2017. Total income rental income. So their rental income is just completely declined, which means the place is empty.
I don't know why that would be.
So I have so many questions.
3,019,000.
Yeah, so the separate file showed the January through December P&L for 2017.
So 3,019,000.
981,000 is gross profit.
Mhm.
Their expense,
Okay, so 3,981,000.
yes.
And then it dropped to 3 mil. Where did I see another? Thought I saw another gross profit. No.
3,981,000 divided by 42.
Oh, then in January to December 2018, it dropped to 3,750,073.
In 2018 it dropped. I don't even know where I don't have 2000.
It says January to December 2018 profit and loss.
And what's
I
your gross
see
profit on that one?
gross profit 3,773,073.
Is this a nursing home? Is this a nursing home?
Yeah, it's an adult. Yeah, it says beds, adult home. So to me, yes. So something happened in 2019 where they lost other income.
Well, the only thing that I'm wondering, the very last page where it only has the net, doesn't have the gross on that very last page.
Is it on page 7 of the PDF of the grievance report?
Okay, you know what? I need to click back over to that. I was on more info. Let me get back over there.
But they do not tell us anything about why or what happened. Have I missed something?
Looking at those numbers,
Got it. I see it now.
it's $7,900 a month.
Well, here's my issue. These financial statements are internal. You can make them anything you want. I wish.
Well, I want more information on this. I want to know what happened.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's pages missing. All of a sudden, we go from lots of information for 2018 to one page for 2019.
Right. So this one is a decline for me that says seeking more information. They'll have to go to small claims court. They can go to small claims court with this property.
Good.
They'll take it to Article 7.
Okay. Because we just don't have any information. I wish they'd submitted or said they wanted to call in so we could ask questions, but there's just, I look at the 2018, if they'd submitted a formal audit, which they're probably not having, but this is an internally generated income statement. I can make those numbers anything you want them to be.
I agree.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make sense how you go from 3 million to 440,000. It just doesn't add up with the information they're giving us.
Okay.
Okay, next is 076.17-6-91. This is 2475 St. Paul Boulevard. This is probably, I believe this is Jacobson as well.
07617.
There's Jacobson next to it.
Yes. 17-6-91.
Thank you.
So this is an apartment complex again. This one's in litigation already. They
Well,
filed.
if it's in litigation, we pass on these, right?
They filed last year, so they're just trying to get to next year or this year.
Yeah, that's a no for me then, because
Mhm.
it's in court. Are you good with that, Rich?
Yep.
Okay.
So 091.07-1-89.11. This is also Jacobson, 689 East Ridge Road. This is in long-term litigation. I actually dropped the assessment this year and they still filed, so.
Well, that's a no then for me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They even have the old assessment on their grievance.
They're clinging to the past.
Yeah. We're trying to work this, we're trying to settle it right now, so. Okay. So the next three, I'm actually going to adjourn. These are more cell companies. So I want to take a look at these. Do you want me to give you the numbers?
I'm comfortable with adjourning.
They
Yeah.
say sell after them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you. Next we have 091.04-1-91.1. And
I'm not seeing that one.
091.04-1-91.1.
No.
All right. Fantastic. Well, this is hold on, let me call it up. I can show it to you. I thought I put all of these in there, but apparently I missed one. Let's see. 09104.
It's probably because we all went to public school, right, Rich?
Oh. Actually, I don't see it in the scanned.
I did have a full-size bus though in kindergarten. I think it was full-size. I was small though.
Yeah, it's hard to know for sure. Although, it's funny because all of my kids, because we lived on the outskirts of the school district, they all rode the little buses.
Uh-oh. They rode the short bus.
they still do.
I'm over in Eastman Estates in East Arundecoit, and
Mhm.
I haven't seen a full-size bus in years.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of the smaller ones around, so apparently they're more in style.
They're the in thing now.
Style. I
Although,
like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's the in thing. All the cool people are doing it.
So I don't see this one on here. I mean, I don't see this one in the scan files at all. So I wonder why. Well, this is the plaza on the corner of Hudson and Ridge. And I'm pretty sure this is already in litigation. Let me just double check, but I think they filed this last year.
Dunham Plaza.
Ridge Culver. No, sorry, not Ridge Culver. What'd you say, Plaza?
I said Dunham.
Oh yeah,
That's the old sports.
is that what it's called?
No, probably not.
Mm-mm.
It's like Mr. Johnson's barn. I don't remember the name, the new name.
So this is sort of a weird one. Does have an Article 7. It was foreclosed on. And this bank is operating the plaza. So weird. Anyway, this is a foreclosed. This is a rollover. So
Wait, could you tell me the address so when I have to sign the file, I can match up my notes with the file?
this is 720 East Ridge Road and
Okay.
746 East Ridge Road. I will have Carrie scan these and email them to you. So you can at least look at them.
Previous,
All right.
previous owner, Camperano.
It's actually some kind of Ridge Hudson limited partnership or something like that.
Yeah.
Scan and send to, all right. Okay. Last but not least, 091.10-6-16.1.
There's Delta Sonic next to it.
Yeah, this is
I
the
got two.
car wash. This is new, so I'm not interested in changing the assessment, but they did submit some paperwork about the work that they're doing over there, although most of the work is not happening on the Arundequoit parcel, it's happening on the city part of it. But they did offer a sale of another car wash at 3022 West Ridge Road.
3022, do you know where that is?
I was gonna look and see. I was gonna just take a quick peek in Eagle View
Across from Ridgemont or something?
to see where it is.
What's the current assessment?
732,100.
So that is a laser wash.
Not a comparable.
It's
It's gotta be right across from Ridgemont.
yeah, what the heck? It's like by where Joanne Fabrics is, right before that.
Yeah.
Fowler Drive.
And what did that sell for?
Four,
Yeah.
450.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
third.
So
I think-
I'll leave if you guys want to chat about that.
Close your ears. No.
I'm a no. I don't want to chat.
Yeah, I don't either.
Right, so we have to. That was the last. Oh, did she leave? She left. Okay. We have to circle back to. Where did I start here?
I think there was just two that we had to discuss, right?
Correct. Yep. 129 Kingsgate North. That's in foreclosure.
Mhm.
Currently assessed at 163,400, and they're asking for 135,200. That was a no for me because they didn't supply any information about why it's what it looks like in foreclosure.
I agree.
And then the other one, I did not write down the address, just the number.
Mark, 1422 Portland. Do
Thank
we
you.
have- You're welcome.
The assessment is a 2,470,800, but it's in litigation.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, then we
Yeah,
don't,
so that was a no for me.
we don't mess with those.
Agreed.
Okay, so I believe that was it.
Well, that and then your woman, we have to discuss.
I'm gonna find that. I'll be
your-
emailing you guys. I'm gonna look for her.
You know what? I'm willing to give her the exemption. I want you to get your rest.
Oh, there it is. 3802 Culver Road, declining 91-year-old woman. Can I get you to change, Rich?
I think my phone is muted. or my-
Okay, thank you.
Whatever Renee does, I'm comfortable with.
Thank you, Renee.
You're welcome.
Let me see what else I got to get on here. There's 105 Carol, but I don't remember the deal on that one. I only wrote down the
I don't
91-year-old woman.
remember.
It was the
Yeah.
91-year-old that bothered me.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can give her what she
Thank
needs.
you.
You're
I
no
really
problem.
appreciate. See, I told you I'd work on you.
I'm
hate-
pretty easy.
I hate the exemptions, especially when they're the elderly.
This is
Yeah,
not being
well, I'm
taped,
with you.
correctly?
No,
What's that?
no.
Not being taped.
I'm okay even if they did.
No, well,
Yeah.
I've got a reputation, so.
I know. We don't want to damage that. We don't want to damage that. All right. So I'll text her to come back.
So then we're meeting next week, or we don't know for sure,
I
right?
don't know for sure. Hopefully we won't if she settles them all.
Oh, but this is so much fun.
You guys should have been around for the reval year. That was horrendous. We had 2 conference rooms going with 2 different boards. I think there were over 1,500 reviews.
Wow.
It was, and it was the year that the first year that the water rose. So not only had all those people coming in with pictures and all these horror stories that they wanted to tell you about, and you wanted to listen because you felt horrible for them, but there was nothing you could do because it was outside of the look back period. It was just an awful year.
Well, now, how often is there a reval year?
I think it was the first time they did it in over 10 years. So
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that-
So
that's
it's
10
not,
10 years.
it's
Yeah.
not on a regular basis then.
Well, we're planning on trying to make it a little more regular, but
Yeah.
first I'd love to have a full staff
Yeah. So did
before I
you,
try to do that again.
yeah. So this is nothing compared to that year.
Right.
Do you only have one person left on your staff? Are you staff of one now?
Well, no, I have 2 other people, but they're new. So
Okay.
the only person who's left from last year is Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were already all when Enza resigned, they all said they were leaving. I'm like, you didn't even give the new person a chance. And I'm like, and her parents are so nice. How could she not be a nice person? Why give her a chance? I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's okay.
How long was Enzo with the town for?
Almost 6 years.
Gotcha.
She almost finished out her full term. I did just the last couple months of it.
Mhm.
So yeah,
She was
Mhm.
difficult to work with.
I think it's a wear you down kind of job at times.
I can't
You had to work-
imagine.
Are you taking that from Chad Rich, or is that from when you had to work with her?
No. I had, as an active broker, we'd call in and ask questions. What would the assessment be on this and hypothetical questions, and she would never, ever give an answer.
Yeah.
And I understand part of that, but she was confrontational, and it just,
Yes, she was, yeah.
the
meetings.
I'm a sales guy, so
Yeah.
I want to send my customer to the assessor and say, okay, this is what the assessor is going to say, and then have a real conversation. It's
Yeah. Well, the meetings with Chad were horrendous, which is why I called you, Amy. I wanted to try and take a different approach because I just didn't want to live through that again. But it went really smooth
Mhm.
last night. I mean, he does like to talk, but it went really smooth compared to the
Yeah,
other ones.
Chad and I had SCAR last year together in Arundecoit, and I really just decided that he's a resident. He's got a job to do. I get it. So I try to
Yeah.
work with him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you heard my comments yesterday about the job that he does, and I think he helps people that have no idea of how to go through this process.
Mhm.
And he's an advocate for them, and we either take his information and look at it or we don't. It's,
No,
you
Rich, I don't disagree with you, but if you look at the sale prices on all the people he's representing, they're the wealthier people. They're
So
not
what?
they're not the
Sure.
100,000. So that's why I don't necessarily agree that he's an advocate for the people that need help, because otherwise he'd be having some $80,000 properties or 70,000. They're $1 million, they're 300,000, they're $500,000, and a couple
Mhm.
100,000. So I do look a little differently, and as I said, I do understand your viewpoint. It is part of the process. But if I saw him taking on more of the $80,000 people and the elderly people, I would definitely be in his court. But
Well-
I've never seen it.
well, you know what? And I think maybe those people aren't looking at it. They're all getting his letter.
You're correct. But when he said he had
Then-
to go through hundreds of files, I think he's picking out the ones that are going to make him more money. And I
No.
agree, he's got a business to do.
Absolutely. And well, let me give you a little background. He
Okay.
used to rent from me here at my office.
Okay.
He was in the downstairs building with Steve Stefano himself, another attorney, and now they moved over to Titus Avenue. And he would do his mailings, and if it was a property that didn't make sense, he wouldn't put his time in it.
Okay.
So if it's something that has proper value, I mean that's a good business model as far as I'm concerned, but I'm on the business end of it, so.
Yeah, I understand. No, I like to hear different viewpoints because remember, I was trained by Enza. So I definitely welcome, which is why I wanted to talk about it, because I'd like to hear what other people's opinions are.
Mhm.
I like
Okay.
Chad. I wish he had an independent appraiser though, not somebody on his payroll.
Gotcha.
No,
That's all.
I don't disagree with that, but yeah.
And I think it's a little too close of a relationship, and he's the guy's a salesman for under Chad in his real estate office. I mean, for me, it's a conflict of interest, so it's a little tough, but he does what he does.
Yeah, as you said, he has a right to present the cases. So
Yeah, he does.
Mhm.
And he's very persuasive. He can, I think
not with me, but no, okay, not with me, but yeah. But I like that you said, if you can't substantiate the numbers, then you change them. That is
Yeah.
the fairest thing
Mhm.
you can do.
Absolutely.
It is the right
that
thing.
is absolutely how I do it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
just, for me,
I
there's
look
no
at-
other way to argue against nothing.
Yes.
I look at it as he's an advocate for the person that may or may not be savvy enough to do it themselves.
Yeah.
You're correct.
And
That's
because
true.
you're savvy enough to do it for yourself, that doesn't mean all the people that aren't savvy shouldn't get that representation. So
You're right. But as
Mhm.
you said, his appraisals are all the same. So yes, an independent appraiser, varying appraisers would even help. But all right. So it's been great. So maybe we'll see you
It
next
has.
week and maybe we won't.
So I'll let you guys know if you can keep next Wednesday open, just in case. I don't think it'll be long if we do have something. And I hope we're not going to have anything. I hope that I'll be able to come to an agreement with these cell companies. And I'm going to work really hard on that, but
Okay.
hopefully we
Okay.
won't have much to talk about.
All right.
I do have
Okay.
a couple of sites that would be very suitable for cell towers.
Should I let them know?
Yeah, you can, please feel free.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate
All
it. I
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the
Yes.
91-year-old woman. I'm
Thank
going to sleep
you.
well tonight.
Oh, boy.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
I have to say, thank you guys.